Let me start with something very honest. Most people watching this video already understand English. You can read it, you can write it, you can even score marks in exam. But the real problems begin when you try to express how you feel. And that is the very moment when everything becomes a little uncomfortable, a little unsure. Either your sentences feel too simple, almost like they don't carry enough weight, or they suddenly become too dramatic and unnatural, almost like you're acting in a scene instead of speaking from your own heart. And slowly, without even noticing, your confidence becomes quieter. And you start thinking that maybe your English isn't good enough. Or maybe that you cannot speak like others. But the truth is much more softer than that. The problem is not your English. The problem is that nobody has gently shown you how to express emotions in a natural human way. So today, I'm not going to teach you big vocabulary or complicated grammatical rules. Instead, I'm going to show you how real expressions work in a way that feels light, comfortable, and true to you. And once you understand this, your English will not just improve, it will begin to feel alive. Now, the first thing you need to understand is why people sometimes sound cringe in English. This is very important because once you notice it, you can quietly step away from it. The biggest mistake is over-intensifying emotions. Many learners believe that strong words create stronger impact. So they say things like, I'm extremely, deeply, endlessly sad beyond words. But when someone hears, it doesn't feel emotional. It feels a little bit forced, a little distant. Real emotions in real life are usually simple, almost gentle. And when someone is sad, they do not speak like a poet all the time. They might just say, I haven't been feeling okay lately. And somehow that feels more real, more human. And the second mistake. The second mistake is copying lines from the internet or movies. You might have seen sentences like, you are the whole universe, or I cannot live without you. These lines sound beautiful in stories, with music and perfect timing. But in everyday life, they often feel unfamiliar. It's like, like they don't belong in your own voice. And when something doesn't feel like you, people can sense it. The third mistake. The third mistake is fear of sounding simple. Many learners feel that simple English is a weak English. But actually, simple English can be very powerful when it carries honest emotion. Because you see, the strongest speaker in the world often uses very simple words. What makes them special is not vocabulary, but sincerity. And when your words matches your real thought, people naturally feel closer to you. Okay, now let's move gently towards the solution. How do you actually express feelings in a natural way? The first step is to stop thinking in vocabulary and start thinking in feelings. Before you speak, don't ask yourself, what is the best English sentence? Instead, softly ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? That small shift changes everything. Because when you begin from your feeling, your words follow naturally. And the second step. The second step is to use a simple structure. I feel. Followed by your emotion, then a small explanation. For example, I feel nervous when I speak in front of people. Or I feel happy when you talk to me like that. Or even, I felt a little ignored yesterday. These sentences are not complicated, but they feel real. And real always reaches people more deeply than perfect sentences. And the third step, that is to add small details from your everyday life. Emotions without context can feel empty, but one detail can make them warm and relatable. For example, instead of saying, I miss you, you can say, I kept checking my phone today. I guess I missed you. That small moment creates a feeling, almost like a quiet scene. Another gentle technique is understatement. This means you don't exaggerate your emotions. You soften them slightly and interestingly. And this makes your words feel more mature and beautiful. That is, instead of saying, I cannot live without you, you might say, life feels a little different without you. It sounds calm, but it carries depth. Now, let's practice transforming some sentences, because this is where understanding becomes natural. If you say, I'm very angry, it sounds flat. But if you say, I didn't really like what happened, it upsets me, it feels more controlled, more total. If you say, I love you so much, it can feel overused. But if you say, I really like being around you, it feels softer and more genuine. And if you say, I'm heartbroken, it sounds dramatic. But if you say, that stayed with me longer than I expected, it feels quiet but deeper. Now, there is one more thing that many learners overlook, and that is delivery. The way. Let me repeat again. The way you say something is just as important as the words themselves. Even a simple sentence can feel meaningful if you slow down, allow space, and soften your tone. For example, take the sentence, I missed you. If you say it quickly, it passes away. If you say it loudly, it feels harsh. But if you slow down and say, I missed you, it suddenly feels warm, almost like it lingers. And that is the beauty of pause and tone. Finally, you need to understand something very important. Expressing feelings in English is not just about language. It is about emotional awareness. It is about knowing how to communicate in a way that is clear, respectful, and kind. Instead of saying you are wrong, you can say I see it a little differently. Instead of saying I hate this, you can say I'm not really comfortable with it. These small changes make your English feel more graceful and more confident. So from today, don't try to impress people with big words. Let your English be gentle. Let it be clear. Let it be honest. Because when your English becomes real, people don't just listen to you, they feel you. And that is the very moment where English stops being just a subject. And quietly it becomes a part of who you are. So my dear lovely viewers, if something stirred inside you, if my words resonated just a little, don't just let it pass by. Pause. Stay here for a moment and share what you felt in the comments. And let this connection grow. Because language isn't just something that you study or hear. It is something that you carry with you. And if you're ready to keep evolving, to keep discovering new depths in English, then stay connected. Subscribe English with Yebi along with more journey. Because this isn't the end. This is where your transformation truly begins. So stay tuned for more. Bye.